Yo, I was just looking into the system in the United Kingdom, and I realized, one very sick thing that I don't think a lot of people realize, but it's crazy. It is crazy, and this is it. A man has a CCJ. CCJ means a county court judgment. And there are many reasons why a man would, when I talk about a man, I mean male or female, would have a debt and default in paying off his or her debts. It could be that the person genuinely don't have, or it could be that the person has an habit of not paying off their debts, of not paying off debts, back debts. But in most cases, it could be for a reason that is not an habit. It could be a real reason. Sometimes it could be a reason maybe because the person moved houses, like moved from one place to the other, and did not realize he or she had a charge against them, like penalties, like parking tickets, things like that. And maybe they send in the correspondence to that property where the person no longer lives. And unfortunately, maybe the person forgot to or was ignorant to redirect his or her letters from where he or she previously lived. So there are many reasons. Like sometimes it could be like why the person is saving to pay off his or her debts. Some tragedy something happened. Yeah. It could be that the person lost the paperwork or even any contact details to get through with the person he or she owns the money. There's so many other reasons, like that we would say as humans, very reasonable reasons, and also there are unreasonable reasons as well. That is true. But like now, my point is this: a person has a CCJ against him or her, yeah, and the person obviously knows the consequences of having a county court judgment because it's going to stay on your credit record. Is going to affect your credit score and it's going to be on your credit record. Yeah. So now the person works hard to pay off his or her CCJs. Work very hard to pay off their debts, and then maybe the person has done this within the first year of the 6 years. And then the person apparently continues to get punished for the rest of the 6 years, maybe the next 5 years. Continue to get punished by the system. The person cannot get any mortgage. The person cannot get even a phone contract or SIM only contract. A lot of things like get affected. Apparently the person is left in a position where he or she just got to, there's nothing out there for that person. So they just got to keep living such a life, for the next 5 years of the 6 years. Because the person is paid off their debts within the first year. Yeah? It is messed up. It is messed up. And then it just don't stop there. A person, yeah, if the person is being considered for a loan or for a mortgage or for a phone contract or for like anything, if the person is being considered for, even for a credit card, like for whatever, usually act as a aid or support to that person, well, that they consider the person or the person applied to be considered for. If they give, or you hire, like you go on a hire purchase or finance, get account finance, and if they offer that, they increase, or an insurance company like car insurance and that, they literally increase the person's bills. So the person, so the whatever they give you, the interest is so high. Yeah, very high. And now this is they claim that the person has CCJs and in the past, even if it was paid off, and have defaults in the past, even though it was paid off, even if it was paid off, even in the very first year of having such. And they say, oh, because of this, we are scared, we are afraid that we'll not get our money back, that the risk is high. So the risk is high. Listen to this to see how demonic this system is in relation to this. Yeah. So because they're scared, they're apparently scared, the system is scared of this person, scared of the fact that they're not going to get their money. So what they do, they literally increase what they're offering. So for instance, if you bought a car for £8,000, yeah, they'll give you interest of over 4,000. So you have to pay over 12 grand for something worth 8 grand. And this, so it's a system to just keep the poor poorer and in continuous bondage, and like to keep the poor in a cage, to suppress them, not to ever come out from it. And the only ones that will come out from it is those that will work excessively hard, far harder than average. And that obviously the Most High have to help that such a person, that they stay alive and stay in good shape, good health. You know? That they be favored and blessed. You know, messed up system. And I'm calling the UK government to look into this. It's not, it's demonic. It's Luciferian. It's just against nature, against conscience, against life. How can you subject someone to a high amount of interest, level of interest, to pay back when you know the person actually have an history struggling financially? So why not suggest that, okay, all right, now we see that you got an history. All right, let's look into your finance. Let's see your income. Let's calculate your expenditures. And let's subtract your monthly expenditures, your weekly or daily expenditures from your income. And then let's see what is left. And then let's try find out what is this person's day-to-day activities that got to do with money. And what else will the person have to spend this spend money for? And then get to the realistic figure, like get the person to be so honest. Yeah, and then when you get to the figure that, like, okay, this is what is left, definitely, after all expenses, then you offer, you have a department that specifically, grant special support to this sort of individuals that would look for a car or look for something that meets their standard, that they can definitely afford and pay. And if you don't have that in place, then refer the person to somewhere else. But don't do evil, don't do wickedly by subjecting the person to even more harsher condition. Because definitely, if someone having such an history, it's gonna be a whole hell lot hard, difficult to meet up with such interest. Well, like, there's no hiding place anymore for such evil. It needs to be addressed, and addressed fast. Whatever needs to be done for such a thing to stop, got to be done. This is crazy. And this is why we, the Israelites, we have no business to sin, to waste any more time. Enough is enough. We want our deliverance, we want our salvation, which comes from Yah and Yah alone. Fast. We can't carry on like this. We want restoration of the kingdom of heaven. We want to inherit the kingdom that has been given to us, his servants, his children, Israel, as our inheritance. We want to be put back in our homeland, where righteousness shall be the order of the day. Righteous laws, statutes, and commandments and judgment will be, and all this nonsense won't carry on. This injustice won't carry on.